Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, so I will run through the exercises that was presented last Thursday and Saturday. So these exercises are really to help you all to loosen up your neck and your shoulder, but also at the same time to help to increase the lung capacity. So after each exercise, if you have any questions, I'll take a short pause and I will try to answer them, and then before we proceed on, okay? That's the how the whole sequence will be like. So this is what I call the simple heart opening exercises. Um, this is my daughter, so she's the one that actually do the demo, but we'll run through first a quick one and then I'll explain to you and we'll do together for this exercise. All right. Okay. So basically, what everybody can do right now is be in a seated position. Just sit down. All right. The two palms face each other. That means literally raise your hand. Two palms face each other. Expand your palm as wide as you can, and then open up your chest to 180 degrees. All right. After that, what you need to do is push your chest out a bit and tilt your head slightly up and take a deep breath. Breathe in and then breathe out. As you breathe out, drop your two hands on your side. And you repeat this motion again. The two palms face each other. Expand your palm. That means widen it as much as you can. Open up. That means open up the chest, or you call it open up the heart. Push your chest out a bit. Tilt back your head slightly. Take a deep breath. Breathe in. And then breathe out. All right. Any question here? For asthma people, oh, yeah, definitely. Don't worry about these exercises. In fact, when you open up, you see, as you actually open up this way, you're actually expanding your lung capacity. And when your lung capacity open, it actually helps in strengthening the heart. What we are doing here is not the very fast and vigorous lung movement. It's very slow. Open it up, chest push out a bit, and open up to breathe in. It's not like you're doing a very, what I call a huge breathe in. Is slow and gentle. Just breathe it in slow and gentle. And when you breathe it in, as you release as your hands drop, breathe it out. So don't worry. So it's definitely fine. Okay. So what we'll do now is to move on to the next exercise. Okay. Take a look at this exercise. Okay, it's in a seated position. So just now for that heart opening, you can actually do it in either standing or sitting. In this seated position here, all right, this is what I call the C inverted C. Okay, now what I will do is I'll run through this video again, and then I'll explain to you the detailed steps. Take a look first. In the seated position, the starting point of the movement is always what I call the tailbone. The tailbone. That means what I call the coccyx tail. The movement always starts from the lower back all the way to the head. It is very different from what people would do is when you hit down, then eventually the body collapse. It eventually collapse all the way to your tailbone or your lower back. So for this exercise, it is the reverse way. So literally, you start your movement with your pelvic, or I call it your lower back. So with this chair, sit slightly forward a bit, maybe about 1/3 of the sitting space. All right. Put your palm, in a relaxed position, your hand in a relaxed position. Sit straight. The first movement, that means once you start moving, collapse your lower back. As you collapse down slowly, all right, you feel each vertebra actually start collapsing down like a C. And eventually you feel that you can't collapse more. You need to tilt your head a bit more to collapse further. And that's where you actually stop the movement. And after that, when you do the inverted C, push your lower back forward. That means push to the end. As you push forward, your head is still in this collapsing form. So, and each vertebra move pushing it up, and eventually your head just tilt back. All right, the pelvic again, the lower back collapse first, and each vertebra keep collapsing, and finally your head drop down, and your lower back push forward first, and slowly each vertebra push forward, and finally your head tilt up. So this movement relaxes the whole entire back spine muscle. All right. So for people who actually are sitting in a prolonged position, this movement relaxes your whole back tension. So repeat again. Your lower back start collapsing down. All right. As you collapse down, your head finally give it the final drop. Okay. So it becomes like a C shape. And then your lower back push forward and slowly. For this exercise, all right, the C and inverted C, do not worry about the breath, because here we are not focusing on breath work, to be honest. The reason why some exercises, those like the first, what I call the hardening exercises, actually needs breath is because as you breathe, your muscles actually opens up, and that helps you with what I call the opening up of the lungs. That is really the key purpose. So for this C and inverted C exercises, don't have to worry about the breath. So right now, what I will do is I will run through the other one, the next exercises. Okay, this is what I call the Bollywood dance. So for this, I call it the Bollywood exercise. I think some of you may have seen it, the Bollywood, which is like, okay, basically, again, the palms face each other, all right? Stretch it out to 180 degrees. That means literally that. And as what happened is, literally, as you flip your palm, the palm which is facing up, turn the head to the direction where the palm is facing up. And while the other side of the hand, the palm is facing down. And slowly what you do is you actually flip to the other side, the palm facing up again, with your head turning the direction facing the palm up, and the other side flip down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The important gist of this exercise is to open up the palm as wide as you can, spread it out, and rotate. Literally, some of them, some of my patients, what they actually mentioned is, they turn very fast. I mean, for kids, they are agile and flexible, but for some of us, we are not going for speed. All right, do it naturally and slowly at your own pace. Open up. All right, as your palm is facing up, turn your head to that direction. All right, and then, yep, just do this a total of 10 sets. All right, no breath, focusing on this part here. Any questions here? Okay, so now we'll move on to the next one, which is what I call the condor or the bird flying. Okay, so what happened? Just stand on shoulder width apart. All right. What will happen is, as you slowly bend down your knee, slight bend. All right. As you bend slightly, lift up your hands up. All right. And as you stand up, push your hand down. All right. As you bend down your knee slightly, lift up your hand. As you stand up, push it down. Do it, with, you don't have to really exert any pressure. The flow of these exercises is to create as smooth flow as possible. You don't really have to exert any, what I call, muscles or strength. So literally what happens is, as you kneel down slightly a bit, lift up your hand and then go. As you stand up, lift it, and your hands just go down naturally. So literally, once you are seasoned, you are familiar, this is the movement that's okay. This part is what I call yawn and smile. All right. What I'll do is I'll run through this, and you have a look. All right. Okay, I'll just run through one more time, and then you can have a look. So what happened here is, literally we all yawn. As we all yawn, we actually take in more oxygen and relax yourself. So what happened is, for this position, just spread your wing out. It doesn't matter which angle or which position, like, is it has to be this high or this high or this high. There's no hard and fast rule. So long as you spread it out, it is in a relaxed position, that is the most important. So as you spread your hands up, tilt your head slightly up, and create the yawning sound. And then as you come down, naturally, just give yourself a big smile. So go in any angle that your hands or your shoulder is comfortable with. Tilt your head slightly up, breathe in, yawn, and then come down. All right. The next one is what I call the humming exercise. Okay, so what happened is, when in this seated position, all right, close your lips, move the tongue to the tip of the palate. That means your tongue should touch the palate of your mouth. All right, close your lips, and put your two palms around. That means just right below the rib cage. And then when you breathe in through the nose, as you exhale out, the key point is, as you exhale out, create the humming sound. You breathe in first, as you breathe out. So as you create the humming sound, feel the vibration at the stomach area or around the stomach area. You feel some movement. The goal of these exercises is to actually create movement at the diaphragm area, so that your lung capacity can actually open up. This is actually useful, and they actually did research in Johns Hopkins University, especially for people who suffer from COVID recently, where they have lungs, breathing, respiratory issue. Using this humming sound, can actually help to improve their lung capacity. All right. The last one I will explain to you all. So this one, observe the belly moving up and down. All right. So literally the belly move as you breathe in, the belly moves up, and breathe out, the belly goes down. So the key focus is actually at the belly. So when you breathe, you're actually breathing not to the lungs, but visualizing that you're breathing all the way to the stomach. So this is the breathing technique for here. All right. What you need to do is, while one hand placed on the stomach, the other hand placed on the chest. And here is what I strongly suggest to maximize the capacity of the air intake into your stomach. Lift your legs up, create what I call a 90 degrees position. That means literally, I call it you call it an inverted L. All right. And as you breathe in through your nose, your belly rises. As you breathe out, again through your nose, your belly sinks. So the important posture here that you just need to take note of is create this 90 degrees L shape, and then just breathe naturally. All right, that's all the exercises that I've shown during the last week session. Any question here? Because I just want to make sure that everybody understand and do it correctly. Is this Daoyin come from Chinese tradition? Okay, Edward, you asked a very good question. Does Daoyin come from Chinese tradition? Daoyin if you ask, there are definitions, or there are two what I call strict, or I call two types of what I call Daoyin definition. From a stricter point of view, Daoyin is actually what I call movement. But now in current context, the definition of what I call Daoyin has actually expanded to the sense that it covers even a lot more. Because what happened is in China, they include Daoyin, Qigong as part of Daoyin. So it can be it can be like general Qigong, movement. Basically, Daoyin is actually what I call to guide and lead. From the definition, to guide and lead means to guide what? To guide the qi, to lead them to the right organs or to the right body to actually perform what I call the healing. So when I think in the 1500 or 1600, when the archaeologists actually do the digging, they actually found out that there's this set of Daoyin movement. But the thing is that all this movement are actually pictures, which are actually some of it is not really complete, in a sense they show movement of deeper the images of these people doing all this kind of exercises, and they classify as Daoyin. But later on, we realized that some of this Daoyin, yes, they are good to just to quick answer to Edward's question. Daoyin comes from Chinese tradition. Yes, if you talk strictly about it, Daoyin is actually from a definition coming from Chinese tradition. And Daoyin in today's context covers sound, movement, singing, a lot of things, because they are part of our therapy to guide and to lead the qi. That's really about it. But Daoyin now is actually to guide and lead. That's why these exercises are also part of Daoyin. Singing is part of Daoyin. Having what I call, even to be honest, the definition of Daoyin is so broad that till now, even if you go rollerblading, cycling, they are also part of Daoyin. Is because it guides and leads the body qi, and ultimately it relaxes your body, makes you feel good and better. So anything overall that can guide your body to go into what I call comfortable and relaxed, you call it comfortable and relaxed mode, are part of Daoyin. So that's really what I call Daoyin in today's context. In the olden days, they just talk about movement. But in today's situation, or in our current times, Daoyin definition has widened a lot. All right, that's really about it. And then if you have any questions, just feel free to join our Telegram. Any questions there? If you have any questions or anything you want to ask, feel free to ask in the Telegram group. Yeah, we are always there to support everyone.
Good.